Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews, and we're looking at this week's episode of Raw. So this week's episode of Raw started off with a minute's silence to all the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. Obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims. The first match of the night was actually Seth Rollins taking on Braun Strowman, which was a continuation of what happened last week when it was Dean Ambrose take on the Monster Among Men. This was actually a really good match because it made both opponents look really strong. Seth controlled the match for 90% of it, and obviously Braun got the power slam finish and made him still very, very strong. This was very similar to what happened last week with what Ambrose was doing, but instead of what happened last week where after the match Braun walked away, this time Braun wanted to show his complete and utter dominance by attacking Seth after the match. Seth got another power slam to the ring, in the middle of the ring, and then Ambrose decided enough's enough, I'm going to defend my tag team partner, and comes running out to defend him. Braun takes him out in no time, another power slam in the middle of the ring, and decides to walk away. But that's not the end of it. The Bar decides to come out and use their finishers on both Seth and Ambrose. For me, this is a really strong and great opening for Raw. It definitely builds up for what's going to happen later on in the show, but it's a great way to still show, that the Bar are after the tag team titles, which I have nothing against because, let's be honest, the tag team divisions on both SmackDown and Raw have been absolutely killing it of late. Our next match of the night was Elias take on Titus O'Neil. This is Titus O'Neil's first match in quite some time, TV match in quite some time, but unfortunately it didn't work out for the CEO of Titus Worldwide, where he absolutely got destroyed by Elias. Titus came out guns blazing, but it didn't take long until Elias, with few heel tactics outside the ring, managed to turn the corner and get the win. This is a bit of a shame. If this feud is going to continue, we need to see Titus Worldwide start actually getting some wins against Elias, hopefully soon. I've got a feeling that this rivalry will probably be on the kickoff show at TLC. Next up we had Mickie James taking on Nia Jax. Now this started off with a backstage segment when Mickie James walked into her changing rooms and discovered adult diapers and a walking frame. She walked out and discovered Emma and Alicia Fox laughing outside the corridor and said, "You should ask Alexa Bliss about this." She went down to Alexa's dressing room and discovered Nia Jax answering the door. Alexa says that she would not fight an old lady, but her friend Nia would not have a problem. So this is how we got our match. The match itself was really good, and it did have some poor points, and I will talk about that in a second. But the match itself was a classic babyface heel match, where the heel is super strong, and the reluctant babyface has to fight her way into getting the win, and I really enjoy those type of matches. Mickie James, using her veteran skills and veteran knowledge, pushed Nia Jax back after Nia completely controlled the first half of this match. She completely pushed Nia and even got her on the floor, on the ring, down. It looked like she was going to get the 1, 2, 3, and then Alexa Bliss, worried, attacked Mickie James, pushed her out of the ring. Then she tried to attack Mickie James while she was out of the ring. Mickie, playing possum, took Alexa Bliss out and walked away. After the match, Kurt Angle found Mickie James while she was doing a backstage interview and told her that she will have a women's title match at TLC. I'm quite looking forward to this. Again, it's giving fresh blood into the title scene. It's making it look like that every woman does actually have an opportunity. And to be honest, I would love to see Mickie James hold the title, even if it's only for a short reign. I wouldn't mind seeing her hold it just one more time. So yeah, the bit which kind of upset me was for a couple of weeks now we had Nia Jax being pushed out to look like a monster, and now she seems like hadn't fought. She's not looking as strong, and I think it hasn't helped with last week's tag team match where she lost against Sasha Banks and Bayley. This again is just showing unfair booking. You push her for one, like it feels like for a few weeks, and the next thing after the pay-per-view's finished, the momentum's gone. And that's a bit of a shame, because for me Nia Jax is an obvious heel champion and should be used properly. But we'll wait and see. Obviously I want to see Nia hold the title sometime soon, but right now I am rooting for Mickie James, because I would love to see a veteran hold the title one more time. Then we had a match between Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson taking on Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan. Now, this was an okay match. It was a good tag team match, very similar to what we had last week. Actually, it was pretty much the same thing we had last week, with Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy teaming up again. This is obviously because Jeff Hardy's injured his shoulder and won't be back for a couple of weeks now. But yes, you got Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy worked quite well. But for me, I was happy that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows got the win. The Good Brothers do need some momentum, and I hope that this continues in the future. The match was pretty decent. Gallows and Anderson getting some heel tactics in to get the win, which is always great. They're one of the best heel teams in the tag team division right now. And Matt Hardy looking strong as always. Jason Jordan has a long way to go. Yes, in ring he has the capability, but on the mic he's still not that good. And to be honest, when Jason Jordan came out, you heard quite a lot of boos for the young man. I hope this is going to pass soon, or they do something towards it. Next we had because it's October, WWE are partnering with Susan G. Komen, which is the breast cancer charity. This was the Ultimate Warrior Championship celebration to celebrate survivors of cancer, which is always a great cause. You had all the pretty much every female superstar out in the ring and celebrating this. It's a great cause, and I truly support it. I think obviously there's others who don't, but you know, WWE put a lot of effort into their charity work, and this is one I can truly get behind because it is a worthy cause. Then we had probably truly the main event of the night, which was advertised throughout all night, was The Miz take on Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. Before the match even started, Roman Reigns pretty much took out The Miztourage, beating up Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel to make the match even fair. He attacked him with chairs, speared him, Superman punched him. He was making sure that those two would not get involved in his match. After that, Roman went down to the ring, and Miz and Roman had an absolute killer match. No matter what people say about The Miz, he is one of the best superstars on in Raw right now. He just adds the brilliant mic skills and in-ring ability to make him feel like he is a legitimate superstar now. Yes, I did say a superstar because I do think The Miz is at that level. Roman Reigns looked like he was going to get the win. He went for a Superman punch. The Miz converted that into a skull-crushing finale. 1-2. Roman pulls out. The Miz looks confused, can't believe it. Roman gets some momentum, tries to get the spear. When he's just about to get the spear, the Bar enter the ring. They beat up Roman, take him out, and absolute lay waste to him. Then Cesaro, Sheamus and The Miz all use their finishers, literally destroying Roman in the middle of the ring. They're about to walk off and the fans are cheering, "Shield, Shield, Shield." The Miz turns around, talks to Cesaro and Sheamus, goes, they want the Shield, and they do the Shield's signature powerbomb in the middle of the ring to Roman Reigns. This for me was probably one of the strongest segments, and it makes sense for the beginning of the show of why the Bar is getting together. getting together with The Miz. This is definitely pushing for a Shield reunion, and they did the Shield pose at the end as well. For me, this was a strong match, and I will talk about what happened at the end of the show, at the end of this episode. Next, we had Finn Balor doing a promo, saying, "I've had enough. I've taken on Bray Wyatt. I've beaten him twice. Once as the Demon, once as myself. I shouldn't have to face him again." Finn Balor comes on to Jumbotron, saying that Sister Abigail, something, powers, blah blah blah, freaky face. It looks like this feud is still continuing. It's, for me, one of the only downfalls of the night. I don't really care if this is going to continue. The only way I would literally care about this feud now is if we do get a Sister Abigail character finally coming into play. That a female wrestler is going to play Sister Abigail, and this gives Bray Wyatt a massive push and hopefully a chance for another championship. But let's be honest, this is WWE, and it's probably just going to be a spooky face. "Ooh, I'm going to beat you, Finn Balor, I'm going to beat you." And then he loses. This is Bray Wyatt. We all know what's going to happen. Then another down for the night for me was Bayley and Sasha Banks taking on Emma and Alicia Fox. Again, this makes no sense at all. We kind of had like a mini argument between Bayley and Sasha last week in a backstage segment. They won last week, and then they won again this week. Unless this is going to have Bayley or Sasha turn sometime soon, I hope to God this is the case, because like most people in the WWE universe, they're not being used properly. I would rather see Sasha Banks or Bayley turn heel at this point. Then the main event of the night, well, the final segment of the night, was Enzo Amore coming out and pretty much slating off 205, turning the 205 against him, which is quite interesting. I am looking forward to actually seeing how this works out for Enzo himself. For me personally, I think this is a great opportunity because all the 205 stars have lost their opportunity to take Enzo Amore on for the Cruiserweight title. That's because last week, at the end of the show, they attacked him. This week, Enzo was holding another note saying, "If any 205 star attacks me again, you will be fired. You'll lose your job." The 205 guys surrounding around the ring. They can't do ult, but they're not going to let Enzo leave the ring. Then Kurt Angle comes out and says, "Well, that is true. If any of the 205 guys do attack you, they will lose their job. But the man who I've just recently signed isn't in that contract, so he can do what he needs to do." And it was Kalisto. Kalisto's finally joined 205. Brilliant. I thought he would have joined it straight away when it was the Superstar Shake-Up. And I didn't even realise he was still on Raw half the time, because I haven't seen him for weeks. But Kalisto's back, and he's on 205. Yay! That's brilliant. We're kind of happy for that, actually. This hopefully will give Kalisto some momentum. He definitely needs it. And I look forward to seeing how he develops on the Cruiserweight division now on Raw. He's definitely one of the best superstars, talent wise, but he's just never had a character, and he's never had that push which he should have had at some point. But now he's on the Cruiserweight division, it definitely looks like he could definitely hold a standing now in one of the divisions. So there you go, there's our Raw review for the week. Was Raw good? Yeah, Raw was quite a good show. It's definitely building up for TLC. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how these feuds, especially the Bar and the Miz, continue. Yes, we had that little last minute video of Roman Reigns in the backstage, but it doesn't class as anything because it was only like a minute long, and it was Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. It's definitely showing that the Shield are getting back together. That was shown already when the Bar got involved in Roman's match against The Miz. And let's be honest, I'm already excited now. Yes, the Miztourage is out of the picture. That's kind of good. I'm glad the Miztourage are out of the picture. The Miz Cesaro and Sheamus are great heels for the new Shield to take on. It makes sense. And if they're going to hold these guys together as a proper team again for some time, yes, I'm looking forward to it. Don't just make it a one-time thing. Let them continue as being a team for a while, in my opinion. But yeah, Raw this week was absolutely fantastic. I look forward to seeing how the show continues next week and see how it builds up for TLC in the next couple of weeks. If you guys do like our videos, please like, subscribe, and follow. You can follow me at Twitter at Boise88. Obviously, I'd love to hear your comments of this week's episode of Raw, and I'll see you guys next time for our SmackDown review.